What's up, YouTube? Ryan Panny here. Hope you guys are doing reasonably well. I'm in a competitive mood today, so I figure why not do another edition of Name That Song? We haven't done one in a while. It's time for you guys to get your asses kicked again. This one's gonna be really fun because we're doing probably one of my top 5 bands of my adolescence, Children of Bodom. I mean, growing up, I just worshipped Alex Alejo as a guitar player. I learned and ripped off a lot of his leads and solos and riffs over the years. I saw Children of Bodom play live many times, never seen a bad show. I think the first time I saw them, I was maybe 14 or 15. I was also in a band that covered a bunch of Children of Bodom songs and Synergy songs, which is Alexi's other very underrated band, more of a power metal act with a female vocalist. And if you guys watch my channel, I'm sure you've realized by now that I'm rather partial to bands that are constantly tweaking their sound album to album, so Children of Bodom definitely fit that category. I just love the way the catalog progresses, the way the band started out with predominantly neoclassical influences and a little bit of black metal in there, and then they incorporated some power metal and new wave of British heavy metal influences. Then they slowly over time kind of Americanized their sound and brought in thrash metal and death metal. It's a really interesting evolution. And naturally, it's an evolution that I have a rather unpopular opinion about. I know, shocker. But what's unpopular really shouldn't be that controversial, but I just feel that the Children of Bodom discography is pretty even in quality. There's no big dip there in the middle. No matter what people tell you, Blood Drunk is a fucking great album, and do not let anybody convince you otherwise. Yeah, they put the keyboards on the back burner for an album or two, but the thing is, putting the keyboards on the back burner did make their sound a lot heavier. That is not disputed. Not more extreme, heavier. There's a difference there. You don't have to like it, but the songs on Are You Dead Yet and Blood Drunk are great songs, and Relentless Reckless Forever, which I hope we get some songs off because that's really underrated too. But yeah, I definitely enjoy the entirety of the Bodom catalog. My least favorite album is the last one, Hexed, which I reviewed and still gave a positive score overall. It's only been like a year, but I already really miss them as a band. It should be fun to revisit some of this stuff because I haven't listened to Children of Bodom in quite a while, honestly. There hasn't been a reason to, and they'll pop up on the occasional workout playlist, but other than that, it's been kind of a dry spell. Probably since I listened to Hex, because I probably for that week or so was getting psyched to listening to the old records. So anyway, the way this goes, in case you haven't done one of these, is we play the first 30 seconds or so of 20 different Children of Bodom songs, and it'll get chopped up in the video for copyright reasons, but we play basically the first 30 seconds of 20 songs, and I see how many I can correctly identify. And you guys are playing along with me and seeing if you can beat me. Very unlikely with this band, but we'll see. And of course, you are also posting your scores in the comment section and talking about which ones were difficult or which ones you got wrong. Naturally, I pick bands for this segment that I've been listening to for years and years and years, just so there's that much more for us to talk about when the songs pop up. It's not really that fun if it's a band that I can name like one of every 4 songs, and I'm just kind of like, there's like speech bubbles with question marks popping over my head. There's no real point to it. So I think I'll do pretty well on this one too. I think I will be as bold to say that there could even be a perfect score in the making, which is something that I have not achieved. I always get like 17 or 18 of them. There's always a couple that trip me up. And I think in the Children of Bodom catalog, there are only like 2 albums, maybe 3, that could possibly throw me. So we'll see. I could be wrong. But let's find out, and good luck. Alrighty, song number 1. Oh, and I've noticed that I kind of have some trouble keeping track of like 1 out of 2, 2 out of 3. So I have this piece of paper here. I'm gonna write down my score as I correctly identify all 20. So, all right. And I just kind of cover the screen, and we hit shuffle on, is it iTunes or Apple Music now? What do I call it? I don't know. We hit shuffle and go. Easy one. Very American and groove metal. What a bunch of sellouts. Oh, you can tell there's a LimeWire file. It's so quiet. You know, Alex Alejo was the first person to ever say go at the beginning of a metal song, just so you knew. I love when those keys pop in. All right, I think we're gonna stop there. That's a pretty easy one. That's In Your Face off of Are You Dead Yet? Yep, I didn't go crazy. Their Sellout album. Definitely one of the heavier songs live. All right, we're 1 for 1. What a start. What a fucking start. Okay, ready? All right. It's the Children of Bodom greatest hits night, I guess. Start off with a couple softballs. Played this one live a couple times with my band. Loved playing the song. I don't know why I'm grabbing the cymbals. Just a gorgeous harmony. That's Every Time I Die off of Fall of the Reaper. That's where you can see, I mentioned new wave of British heavy metal. On that record, you do hear some of those, like the classic, the Iron Maiden and the Judas Priest influences really seep in a big way. They don't sound like an extreme metal band on that record except for basically the vocals. It's extreme metal vocals, but it's definitely a lot of power metal in the lead guitars and the keys, the way they're arranged. And then you have a lot of classic metal on that record. I think that's why it's a lot of people's favorite. They don't realize it. They're like, why do I love Follow the Reaper so much? There's a lot of like classic metal songwriting on there, as opposed to some of the neoclassical wank fest that you get on the first two records. So yeah, I've gone back and forth for many years on whether Follow the Reaper or Hey Crew Death Roll are my favorites. I usually lean towards the latter, but it's kind of a toss-up. All right, 2 for 2, starting off strong. Oh, there we go. I love this song. Came out, it was like the most listened to metal song on my phone for a couple months. So catchy. And then it gets pretty plain. It's really just that main groove that's just so addicting. That is Platitudes and Broken Words off of Hexed. Oh, Barren Words. Do I get that wrong? Because I fucking said the wrong B word? Alright, fine, I got it wrong. Platitudes and Barren Words. Which actually barren is makes a lot more sense with the word platitude, so I should have known that. Interesting lyrics in that song, for Children of Bodom at least. I mean, Children of Bodom's lyrics are pretty inconsequential in comparison with what the rest of the band is doing, but I've always taken that song to be about empty promises of politicians and just the general vagaries and platitudes of the world of polemics. Okay, so shit, there goes my perfect score. Over one word, do I get like half credit? Is there half credit in this? Why am I asking you? Okay, 2 for 3. Oh, that's one of my fucking favorite. Underrated music video too. As if music videos matter. Alright, I'm stopping it there. That is Was It Worth It off of Relentless Reckless Forever. That is one of my top 10 Children of Bodom songs ever because I love the shameless like 80s party metal influence. That to me fits their sound. People probably hated it because I remember it was actually the single. It was the first thing anyone heard from that record. People were a little bit nervous and the record ended up being a little bit more towards the middle of what Bodom does, but that song really stands out to me in a very positive way. I love the fucking party metal vibe. I mean, if you look at all the covers they've done, especially on the Skeletons in the Closet thing, I mean, a lot of the stuff they love is bands like Wasp they cover, stuff from the 80s. Okay, 3 for 4. Good, we're getting some slightly deeper ones. Another favorite of mine. Kind of reprising the Are You Dead Yet riff, though. All right, that is Not My Funeral, the opening track on Relentless Reckless Forever. I love that we got 2 in a row from that album. I'm glad that album's getting some love because it's a fucking great album. I mean, that one you probably should have gotten unless you've never heard that record because it's right at the beginning. Yeah, it's kind of a reprisal of the Are You Dead Yet riff. Very simple, but it's not like Children of Bodom were the first people to do that anyway, that simple combination of notes. All right, 4 for 5, go. I have to think about this for a minute. It's a very unassuming, like, I know what period it's from. I remember the riffs more than the songs. I think that one's from Relentless Reckless Forever too, actually. It just has the same production. I think it's Cry the Nihilist. Yes, good song. Good song. That's the one. I remember Children of Bodom songs mostly from the riffs and the melodies. I think as most of their fans do, because the vocals aren't very consequential. Every now and then you'll get a good hook or a good vocal line that you'll remember. But okay, Cry of the Nihilist. So now we're 5 for 6. I'm gonna write that down. See that? See that scorekeeping right there? Just in case. All right, 5 for 6. And okay, nice little softball. Children of Bodom ballad before they did a real ballad. Another yow. Great exclamation. It's the kind of song that you would think would be boring live, but it's actually one of the highlights of the show when they play it. Alright. So, I mean, if you can't get that one, there's no reason to watch this video. Angels Don't Kill, off of Hate Crew Death Roll. Yeah, I mean, that was considered the Children of Bodom ballad before they actually went ahead and did some real ballads. On Halo of Blood, there's Dead Man's Hand on You, which was like the first clean vocal, not really, but clean vocal that LXE did on a Children of Bodom album. And then there's one on Hex, too, the last one. I just can't remember what song it is, so hopefully it doesn't come up. All right, 6 for 7. Let's go. Okay, deep cut. I think I got this one, though. I'm glad some of these are difficult. You never know, you're really rolling the dice with these. All you're getting is that riff. Okay, it's a slower paced song. It's definitely on Hexed, and that's why I'm struggling with it, because I didn't like Hexed that much. I don't really return to it. I'm torn between, I think it's Soon Departed. I think it's there's a song called Soon Departed towards the end of the record. I think it's that one. The only other one that I would guess would be Heck Hates Nightmare, but I think Heck Hates Nightmare starts with some keys. So I'm gonna go Soon Departed. That was kind of an educated guess. All right, we're at 7 for 8, right? Fuck, I already lost track. I'm gonna say 7 for 8. All right, and oh, great song and great album. It's unusual for one of those songs to start out really technical like that, really noodly. Wait, do I have to get the whole title? I don't know. All right. That is on Halo of Blood. That's Bodom Blue Moon. Yeah, the second coming. I don't have to name that. You don't have to name the parentheses, just, you know, unless it's like a really obvious one. Yeah, Halo of Blood was, I mean, so my dilemma when that record came out was I loved, well, Are You Dead is probably the worst album, but I still liked Are You Dead Yet a lot. I loved Blood Drunk, and I loved Relentless Reckless Forever. So when Halo of Blood came out, it was like touted as this return to form because they brought back a really Follow the Reaper-esque sound. They had blast beats in the title track, so it was like, wow, Children of Bodom was back. But to me, they never left. And I do like Halo of Blood better than the previous record, especially. But it wasn't like that big of a deal. I did have it, I think, like number 12 on my year-end list that year. So anyway, 8 for 9. Halfway point. I don't think I know this one. Shit. Kind of boring, so I could probably guess the album. Or is that? If you guys know this, I'll be impressed. This was like a kind of a deep cut. All right, we got another challenging one. All right, we're gonna do a process of elimination here. It's definitely on Hexed. So if I'm wrong about that guess, then I'm down the water already. But it's the kind of boring song that would be on Hex that I wouldn't remember. It's not Knuckle Duster. It's not Heck Hates Nightmare. Oof. Say You Never Will. Something like that, right? Say I Never Will. Or is it on Halo of Blood? Fuck me. God damn it. No, it's on Hexed. I'm tempted to guess like the title track or something. I'm gonna say Never Look Back. That's my educated guess. Oh, it's Relapse. Fuck. If I had let it play like another like 3 seconds, I would have gotten it because the chorus is actually the cool part of that song. Yeah, Relapse, The Nature of My Crime is the whole title. That's actually kind of shitty that I didn't get that because that's probably my second favorite song on that record. I love Platitudes and I love Relapse too. And then there's a few other ones that are okay, but those are the two that I put on my workout playlist and I still kind of hear every now and then. Shit. All right, so at the halfway point, we're already at 8 for 10. I was going for my perfect score. What happened? We're at halftime. No halftime show. Sorry. Jay-Z and Beyonce are not coming out. It's just me hitting play. All right. Good start. I really don't want to get 3 wrong. That would suck. Over this one live, there's actually video of me playing to it on YouTube, I think, somewhere from a long time ago. I would go as far as to call this a signature Children of Bodom song. Now I'm going crazy. Bodom After Midnight. Yeah. The action movie riff in the middle of that song. Let me actually play it here. Let me find it. I can probably find it. This riff. My favorite moments in any song by them ever. I love when they just embrace the cheese. And of course, that cheesiness is why there's a lot of metalheads that don't like them, that otherwise love extreme metal. But, I mean, Look at me, I fucking love cheesy ass fucking music. Look at my non-metal picks when I do like my quarterly song segment. It's a nightmare. So no wonder I love Children of Bodom. Okay, 10, 4, 11. Good start to the second half. And let's do it. Uh-oh. Oh, I think it's the beginning of an album because, yeah. All right, maybe I'll get this. Can I skip ahead? All right, well then. Probably the album I listen to by them least, besides the new one. It's a great start to an album. I don't know why. I should really listen to this one more. Alright. I mean, that neoclassical style is pretty hard to mistake. So it's easy to figure out what album that's on. And it's the opening track, Dead Night Warrior, right? Yeah. Something Wild is fucking underrated. I'm realizing that, and I'm saying underrated not by people, but by me, because when I first got into Children of Bodom, I was still mostly into American metal, so that side of them took a while for me to get into. I kind of went in reverse. Great fucking album though. My favorite on there is probably In the Shadows. It's like just pure black metal in there. All right, I am 11 for 12. Okay. Fact, if you're a guitar player looking to learn Children of Bodom song that's easy, probably the easiest one. Just nice, simple, tasty lead licks. So that is Bed of Razors off of Hatebreeder. Great album, great song. They still played it live right up till the end, I think. Because of course, it's weird to talk about Children of Bodom in the past tense. Yeah, so if you need it, if you're a guitar player watching this and you need an easy Children of Bodom song to learn, Bed of Razors is a perfect. Oh man, talk about a not easy song to learn. Now this is one of the most challenging ones. I got it down for like a month and then I stopped practicing and I never got it again. A little bit of that black metal influence coming in. That was Kissing the Shadows off of Follow Reaper. Yeah, there's a long ass neoclassical soul section in there that's really difficult. That's a fun challenge for. So we kind of went from the opposite. We went from probably the easiest track in the band's catalog, which is Bed of Razors, or maybe Downfall, and then Kissing the Shadows is one of the most intense. So okay, 13 for 14. Or wait, no. I got 2 wrong. So I'm 12 for 14. Jesus Christ. This didn't do anything, did it? All right. I'm 12 for 14 because I know we've done 14 songs. Yeah, I've gotten 2 wrong. Wow. Okay. Shit. This is a good one. Another LimeWire file, pretty obvious. Probably not to you, but to me, sitting here. Not one of my favorite songs by them. Kind of irrelevant. That kick in is nice though. I'll give it a little more time. I remember I knew the guys who did the Rock House DVDs. I don't know if anybody remembers those. Anyway, that song was used in between the cuts. That's why I actually remember it. It's If You Want Peace, Prepare for War. Oh my God, it's Trash Lost and Strung Out. Fucking shit. Fuck that album. I liked that album. Believe it or not, I did. But now I never returned to it. Some of the songs I guess get jumbled in my head. Yeah, Trash Lost and Strung Out. It had a whole EP too. That's very sad. That's sad that I missed that one because it literally has a whole namesake EP. Well, I've had better days. Well, that's why this is fun, because it's a band that I know really well, but I haven't listened to in forever, so I'll make mistakes like that. Okay, so now I am 12 for 15. We got 5 more to go. Gotta finish strong. Another hard one. I'm glad these aren't softballs. It's a lot better that way. I'll be impressed if everybody gets this one. Those riffs though. I was trying not to get all self-righteous and indignant about it because that's the record that I was talking about before, Blood Drunk, being so underrated, and I'm trying to scream at the camera being like, see how good this album is without giving it away. That was, I gotta make sure I got this right, that was Roadkill Morning. Yes. Oof. So 4 to go. I'm at 13 for 16. Okay, there we go. Everyone can take a deep breath. What a fun riff right there. It sounds simple, but it's fun. Right. What was he, like 18 years old when this was made? It's unbelievable. Alright, you know it or you don't. That is Downfall. the band's longtime closer for most of their shows. First video they ever did off of Hatebreeder. Yeah, that record it's amazing how accomplished the playing is. That one and Something Wild. He was a young guy. He was like a teenager when they first started. Okay, so we're 14 for 17. We got 3 more to go. Another hard one. I'm glad. Give me a chance to show off. This one I got. Or actually, do I? Very kind of irrelevant song, but I loved this album, so it's pretty easy for me to recall these songs. Maybe we should do a part 2, because I feel like we haven't covered so much of their catalog. All right, that was All Twisted off of Halo of Blood. Yeah, I think this is the second to last song on there. Very catchy tune. Halo of Blood just had a great mix of influences on it. It's definitely one of the best latter era Chun Bodom albums, excuse me. I'd be impressed if people got Roadkill Morning and All Twisted. That means you're a pretty big fan of the band. Alrighty, so now we are 15 for 18, 2 left. Finish strong. Oh, should we count this? We've had some hard ones, that's fine. First song I ever heard by them, I think. Back in the primitive days of the YouTube algorithm. Still helped me discover music back then. That would be the Are You Dead Yet title track. I think a lot of people probably got introduced to the band off that. I mean, it had like a little bit of like a sing-songy chorus. It was a big shift from Hate Crew Death Roll. It was really when they really, I don't want to overuse this term, but Americanized their sound. Fun riff. Deceptively hard to play that second part with the weird dissonant chord in there. Last song. Let's do it. Na 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 na. I only remember that part. Yeah. I don't want to get 4 wrong. Ripping. It's a ripping song. Real winding riffs in there. It's definitely on Hexed. That's why I don't know it. I'm leaning towards Knuckle Duster. I remember that song being a ripper that I really liked. Probably my 3rd favorite on that record. Fuck. It's either Knuckle Duster or it's Hexed. I'm gonna go Knuckle Duster. Kicking a spleen? What the fuck? Fuck this shit. All right. If my counting is correct, I got 16 out of 20. I think that was what was fun about it. Again, is I love this band and should know all this shit, but I have not listened to them in forever. So those deep cuts. I mean, we had good luck with that shuffle. We had a lot of stuff that would have been pretty difficult for someone to get that's kind of casually into the band. So please post below with your score. I'm willing to bet a bunch of my viewers beat me because I know there's a lot of people who watch my channel who love this band. Yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you had as much fun as I did doing that. I should do more of them. Let me know in the comments what band I should do next. It's got to be a band that I like really, really love and have a lot to say about. But anyway, let me know in the comment section, A, how you did, B, what songs you missed, and C, what band I should do next. And, you know, we're getting into list season here, which is very exciting. I've already got a bunch of my lists narrowed down, and I'm going to yell at the camera about how underrated certain albums were, and that's always very fun for me. And I'm going to do it a little earlier this year. I don't like waiting all the way till New Year's, which I've done a couple times. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video and are not yet subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so by clicking right over here, as well as checking out any of my other rock or metal related content that I publish here on a weekly basis. I really appreciate you guys watching, liking, disliking, just engaging in any fashion. Twitter, Instagram handle @RyanPannyMusic. Again, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon.